That'll do it for the early Berks edition.
The regional edition of 69 News starts now.
Your life, your world, your news. This is 69 News, live at 6.
Good evening once again. I'm Rob Vaughn.
I'm Wendy Davis. First at 6, gas stations across New Jersey are offering a one-day price cut. The goal, to show customers how much they could save if New Jersey allowed people to pump their own gas.
69 News reporter Rob Manch is live for us tonight at one of those stations. Rob, the station you were at cut the price by 10 cents.
That's right, Rob. So we're at the BP gas station off of Route 31 in Clinton Township, New Jersey. And as you can see here behind me, they got a sign telling drivers they've cut the price by 10 cents today to represent how much money they could be saving if there were a self-service option at this station. But those drivers told us they had mixed reactions to that idea. For more than 70 years, people living in New Jersey have pulled up to the station and had their gas pumped for them. But owner Rajwant Gill says they're paying for that privilege.
Anywhere between 10 to 20 cents per gallon.
Gill says drivers could be saving that money if they could just pump it themselves.
All these big stores, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, they have self-service registers now where you can go and just check out yourself. So if they can do it, why can't we do it?
Now, a new bill in the New Jersey legislature would allow gas stations to offer a self-serve option if passed, and some drivers are already excited about it.
I like the idea of bringing down the cost of gas. I think we all love that right now, and anything that you could do to bring down the cost of gas, I think is a good thing.
But others are more skeptical, given plenty of states already offer self-serve.
The price in other states are higher for gas, so I just don't understand where that logic comes in.
The average price per gallon in New Jersey is 8 cents lower than Pennsylvania and 18 cents lower than New York, according to Gas Buddy. But Gill says that has nothing to do with gas attendants.
In New Jersey, there is less tax on gas and diesel than Pennsylvania and New York.
But every driver we spoke with was concerned self-serve could put people out of work.
But I don't like to see people lose jobs.
Gill says he doesn't think that would happen.
Our store sales will go up with the self-service, and we will use the same gas attendant inside the C-store.
Now, if that bill were to pass the New Jersey legislature, stations like this one would have to have attendants on hand between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., but outside of that time frame, they could be fully self-service. The bill has to be voted on before July 1st. We're live in Clinton Township tonight. Rob Manch, 69 News.
Thank you, Rob. Well, today morning call workers walked off the job for 24 hours. The union officials say they've tried unsuccessfully to negotiate with the newspaper's owner, Tribune Publishing, which is owned by Alden Global Capital. They're asking for things like fair wages and newsroom diversity. Tomorrow's paper is being put together by management, but union officials say there will be little local content. Tribune Publishing and the editor of the morning call have not responded to requests for comment.
Business leaders from around the Poconos gathered this morning. The big topic, a possible Amtrak line going to and from the Poconos and New York City. The proposed rail service would start at Scranton. It would then go through the Poconos to New Jersey and then onto the Big Apple. Business leaders pointed to plans for a Margaritaville resort village in the Poconos, as well as the Kalahari resorts, where today's summit was held.
This facility itself is probably one of the best indicias of the type of tourism recreation ridership that is going to use this corridor service, and they believe it's growing greatly, which we know it's growing greatly in the Poconos and all of Northeast Pennsylvania.
East Stroudsburg University presented today's economic summit in Monroe County.
Well, for the first time since Russia invaded Ukraine, the United States Defense Secretary spoke with his counterpart in Russia. Secretary Lloyd Austin urged an immediate ceasefire. He also stressed the importance of keeping open the lines of communication between Russia and the United States. Meanwhile, U.S. defense officials say Russia is still weeks behind where it hoped to be in eastern Ukraine. And the U.S. is seeing signs some Russian troops are not fighting hard or disobeying orders. The United Nations says more than 6 million Ukrainians have fled the country. More than half of them have crossed from western Ukraine into Poland. Well, Pennsylvania's primary election is now just days away, and last-minute shakeups are changing the complexities of some of the key races.
69 News reporter Bo Colt now is joining us with this week's Behind the Ballot report. Bo.
Well, Rob and Wendy, a lot happening this week. And just today, a second GOP candidate for governor dropped out of the race, and a U.S. Senate candidate is threatening a major upset. Jake Corman was the first, Melissa Hart the second, to drop out of the Pennsylvania's Republican race for governor, urging voters to support Lou Barletta instead. This, as many in the state's GOP worry Doug Mastriano will win the primary, but lose to Democrat Josh Shapiro in November. And Mastriano continues to lead the crowded Republican field by as many as 10 percentage points. And Shapiro already has ads highlighting Mastriano's far-right views. The state senator, though, said if he wins Tuesday, he'll send Shapiro a thank you note. In the U.S. Senate race, a New York Times feature highlights the recent rise of GOP candidate Kathy Barnett. And a Trafalgar poll released this week shows the 50-year-old within the margin of error of heavy favorites Dr. Mehmet Oz and Dave McCormick. This despite spending only a tenth of what they have. However, the hard-right candidate secured a key backing from Club for Growth and a $2 million TV ad buy for a final push. But with Barnett's rise in the polls comes questions and criticism. Donald Trump said she can't win in November, but that isn't slowing her down. And the chair of the Constitutional Republicans of Western PA said Trump made a mistake in backing Oz. And Oz is everything we're not, he said. And Dr. Oz and McCormick are questioning Barnett's vetting process. And a pro-Dr. Oz PAC is running ads against her. She's also facing questions about her anti-Muslim, anti-gay views and her denial of the 2020 election results. This, while Dr. Oz faces security questions from McCormick and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo over his Turkish citizenship. On the Democratic side, John Fetterman continues his big lead in the polls, while Connor Lamb wants to raise Social Security benefits for those hurt most by inflation, and with Malcolm Kenyatta looking to lower the cost of child care and prescription drugs.
All right, Bo, so a lot of eyes on Pennsylvania right now.
A lot going on. You know, this Senate race is the most expensive in the country. But what's really interesting, just 38% or $18 million spent has come from Pennsylvania residents. The other 62% from places like New York, California, and Florida. It just shows you that all eyes of the nation are on the Keystone State for this key race.
Yep. We always like to think we're very important, and in fact, we are.
Yes.
I've been saying it for years. As my mom has.
Yeah, thanks, Bo. Yep.
Thanks, Bo. And you can head to our website to find a breakdown of the races across the region. Hover your cursor over news and then click on the PA primary, who is on the ballot.
Big congratulations to a soon-to-be high school graduate.
Pottsville area senior Kaylee Becker won second place in a teen distracted driving awareness contest. Kaylee made a video for the special media app TikTok. Her video has been viewed more than 39,000 times. The Highway Safety Network and State Farm Insurance sponsored the regional competition. Kaylee won $300 for her work.
Congratulations. There is a new resident at the Lehigh Valley Zoo.
And we'll introduce you to the zoo's new giraffe, Joshua.
If you've ever used a plastic bag, chances are it was made right here in Schuylkill County. I'm Justin Backover, and we'll show you how it's done.
And Friday the 13th, a little unlucky. Our nice stretch of weather came to an end today. It's a little stickier, and the humidity fueling a couple showers and thunderstorms. Will they be tonight only, or will they linger into the weekend? We'll let you know. Your weekend and 7-day forecast coming up.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. Happy 10th birthday to the region's only children's hospital, Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. From sniffles to specialty care, your trusted partner in pediatric care is here when you need them most. This AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by the Brown Daub family of dealerships. 10 new car brands, hundreds of pre-owned vehicles, and award-winning service. Find your next car or schedule service at browndaub.com.
From the supermarket to the aerospace business, you will probably find plastic packaging made right here in Schuylkill County.
Our business reporter Justin Backover has the story.
It's hard to think of where you can't find a product made by M&Q Packaging.
M&Q specializes in processing engineered plastics into various packaging materials, such as cooking bags, sterilization packaging, materials for aerospace, airplanes, rocket engines. We also are involved in the packaging for chemicals.
Michael Schmall is president of the Schuylkill County Company, founded in 1955 in Freehold, New Jersey. It's been in Pennsylvania since 1978.
These handle temperatures up to about the boiling temperature of water. Okay. So they'll put soups and sauces in these bags, seal them, chill them. If you go to a Subway store and you buy a meatball marinara sauce, they line their marinara pans with our liners. We also do work for McCormick Spice down in Baltimore. We process films for companies like Boeing and Airbus.
And much, much more.
So once the film's produced, it comes onto this winder. It's wind up into big, long rolls, thousands and thousands of feet on a roll.
The plastic film is produced 24/7 by a team of about 150 people.
We have a lot of long-term employees. I've worked here a long time. I've seen all the products developed, come through the market.
And they're developing a lot more, but for now, their focus is on meeting surging demand.
We have so many orders, we can't get them all processed.
In Schuylkill Haven, Justin Backover, 69 News.
Well, all good things must come to an end. That end on our Friday the 13th. If you're superstitious, maybe there's something to it. All right, temperature-wise, it was a pretty warm day. I mean, despite all the clouds, a drizzle here, a shower there. And this evening, there's a thunderstorm here or there as well. 70s for most of us. Warmest in Scranton. That's been the case all week. And coolest and gloomiest at the shore. Likewise, the case all week. Rainfall amounts generally light. Couple hundredths to a couple tenths of an inch of rain if you saw a thunderstorm. Not everyone did. You get some briefly heavy rain. Looks a little ominous. There were some showers coming through the Lehigh Valley. Both the Iron Pigs, the R-Phils are home. Wettest weather over at both the ballparks. Getting ready for game time. We're at 70 right now. East to southeast wind at 14. And hey, let's talk dew point. For the first time this spring, we have a humid day. When dew points are in the 60s, it's not oppressive, and plus the temperatures are in the 90s, so it's not cranked the AC yet. But you probably say, hey, wait a second, it feels a little sticky. And that feel, whatever you feel today, you're going to feel till Monday. Cold front comes through here, can you tell? Dew point goes away. Thunderstorms go away, we're back to the mid-spring comfort. Temperatures right now, upper 60s, low 70s, still 80 in Scranton. Thunderstorm will briefly cool you off into the 60s. And the rain we are getting today and the rain we are getting tomorrow is from the same storm that brought us all the rain and cold and wind last Friday and Saturday. This is the same storm, but it's a different type of storm now. So we're not going to be 50 with a soaking rain like we saw last Saturday tomorrow. We're going to be in the mid-70s tomorrow. It's going to be a warm and humid weekend. Here come those thunderstorms now. They rumbled through Bucks and Montgomery counties, Berks County, western Lehigh County, now up into parts of Carbon and Schuylkill County. Those are the thunderstorms we are tracking right now. Nothing severe here. They're beginning to weaken, but out towards Bethel Township and western Berks, up towards Tamaqua and Hometown and the Schuylkill, and then parts of Carbon County, showers, a brief downpour, a little bit of rain in Warren County as well, working up towards the Slate Belt. Things are moving backwards from normal. They're actually backing in off the ocean. Wettest part of the evening or tonight is going to be the evening hours. Rest of the night, a lot of clouds, maybe a spotty shower, some fog. Tomorrow, a lot of clouds like today, mid-70s like today, and humid like today. Morning is drier, maybe a shower. Afternoon and evening, best chance of getting wet this weekend. Showers, maybe a thunderstorm. So lows tonight will be in the low 60s. Tomorrow, clouds and then maybe a shower in the morning. And there's that window for showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening. Temperatures this weekend, not bad. 74 Saturday, that's your wetter day, especially the afternoon. Sunday at 80 with some sun coming out. A lot of Sundays dry. Maybe a spotty late-day storm. Total lunar eclipse Sunday night. There'll be some breaks in the clouds. Will there be enough for us to see it? 11:30 is the start of peak time Sunday night. 60 tonight, mostly cloudy, shower or thunderstorm mainly this evening, fog later tonight. Tomorrow, 74. You got outdoor plans in the morning, that's your better bet. Still could be a shower. Showers or a thunderstorm will increase a bit in the afternoon. Sunday, mostly dry, just a late day storm around 80. That's your better weekend day. Humid through Monday, showers and storms later Monday. And then we're back to the comfy dry stuff Tuesday through Thursday. Friday looks good too as we inch temperatures back closer to 80. Rob and Wendy.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Well, the Lehigh Valley Zoo has welcomed a new family member this week. His name is Joshua. He's really tall. He's a 6-year-old Maasai giraffe, and he joins the zoo's other Maasai giraffe, Tattoo.
Zoo officials say that Joshua is 16.5 feet tall. He weighs just about 2,000 pounds, over 2,000 pounds actually. He comes from Houston, Texas, and he's being allowed to slowly get used to life here in the Lehigh Valley.
All right, welcome, Joshua. A 2-year state-funded planning process showed Flemington, New Jersey wanted a community arts center, and now it's getting one.
Flemington DIY is a packed agenda for its grand opening tomorrow. 69 News reporter Priscilla Ligori has the details.
This is our current and our first show. It's called In Bloom, A Reawakening. It kind of represents our rejuvenation coming out of the pandemic.
A fresh, stronger start for Flemington DIY on Stengel Road, which is being rebranded as the borough's Arts and Cultural District. The perfect place for the nonprofit to come back from a 2-year pandemic hiatus.
We do live music, film screenings, classes, workshops, community discussions.
While the inside has a lot of open space now, it will be packed Saturday for the Makers Market.
Small artists, photographers, pottery people. There's going to be somebody reading tarot cards.
The Makers Market is meant to complement the Farmers Market, a couple of buildings down. The Borough and Flemington Community Partnership received a grant to make the arts area more inviting.
Money for murals, money for historical interpretive panels, so you know why we're this quirky place.
Flemington DIY's grand opening will include a ribbon cutting, the painting of a new community pantry, yoga, gardening, live music, and screen printing. Outside, motos and photos.
Take portraits of women on their bikes. The photos will be donation-based.
It's all about building each other up.
We thought a fun collaboration would be to make a beer with Lone Eagle, DIYPA. Some of the proceeds from buying this will also go to support the nonprofit.
The organization already has events scheduled through October. Saturday's fun goes from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. In Flemington, Priscilla Ligori, 69 News.
Coming up in sports, the Colonial League playoffs are underway.
And a Lafayette golfer is in the big dance. Dan will have those stories next.
If you have a story for 69 News, call the newsroom nearest you or email us at news@wfmz.com.
Welcome back. We take another look at sports.
Here's Dan.
Thanks, guys. A Lafayette golfer has earned the chance to compete against some of the top talent in the country. As Johnny Mangano tells us, the Leopard is eager for the challenge.
Even champion golfers will tell you, golf, it's super hard.
I just really tried to tell the freshmen and the young kids on our team that, you know, hey, golf is not supposed to be fun all the time. If it were fun all the time, everybody would play it and everybody would enjoy it. But, you know, it's going to test you. So that's what I've learned.
After so many close calls this season, Ryan finally broke through in the Patriot League tournament, grabbing a spot in the NCAA Regional at New Haven.
You know, golf is one of those games where it can just kind of be in your favor one day and not be in your favor the next. So I think a lot of the close calls really prepared me.
Ryan came from behind to win in a playoff, and the scene afterwards meant the most to him.
Just like the gratification and, you know, the support that you feel from like an athletic department or your coaches or just everybody on campus is just like, it's awesome.
Representing Lafayette comes easy for Ryan. There's no place he'd rather be, following his dad, John, who played lacrosse for the Leopards.
You know, I always heard stories about Lafayette and Lafayette this, Lafayette that from my dad. And, you know, when I started taking college tours and, you know, sophomore, junior in high school, you know, nothing really felt like it was college to me because my vision of college was Lafayette.
As Ryan moves his focus to next week's NCAA Regional, he's happy with the draw he got going to Yale Country Club.
It's super slopey, it's super hilly, and I think that suits my eye pretty well. I think being able to play a course that is probably something like the Steel Club or something like the courses that I grew up on since I'm from just outside of Philadelphia, so is going to be to my advantage, I think.
Round one for Ryan is on Monday from New Haven, where the proud Lafayette golfer aims to make some more noise for the Leopards. From Hellertown, Johnny Mangano, 69 Sports.
All right, thank you, Johnny. Colonial League Baseball wild card game. Notre Dame hosting Palmerton this morning. Top of the sixth, it's 2-0 Crusaders. Notre Dame's Ben Moisen strikes out Dan Lucicanich, one of his 10 punch-outs on the day. Bottom of the sixth now, Notre Dame's Ben Gagnon hits one to right. That'll get down. Matt Ben-Olken scores. Colin Quintano right behind him as Gagnon pulls in with a triple, and the Crusaders in control. It's 4-0. And then it's Moisen with a little icing on the cake, a sacrifice fly to center. Now that'll score Gagnon from third as Notre Dame moves on with a 5-0 win. They'll face Saucon Valley in the semifinals on Monday.
Well, an extra sour taste on this Friday the 13th for Sixers fans. Team brass meeting with the media for their season-ending press conference following last night's dismal 99-90 loss at home to Miami, the second straight ugly performance by the Sixers in the series. For the fourth time in 5 seasons, Philadelphia's season ends in the second round of the playoffs. Team president Daryl Morey saying that Doc Rivers will return as head coach. As constructed right now, this team not good enough as an important offseason looms.
The toughness word has come out a lot, I guess, over the last 24 hours. I haven't read a lot about it, but I've heard that. And so clearly that's one of them. But we got to get a lot of things, more talent. We got to get the right fits. But we'll do that, and I believe that.
And guys, a pretty pivotal offseason at this point for the Sixers.
Well said. Thank you, Jay.
Okay.
We'll be back in a minute. Now we'll look at stories coming up later tonight on 69 News. The hotly contested race to secure the Republican nomination for governor of Pennsylvania is taking some very drastic last-minute turns. The story at 10. And a psychologist from Wyomissing is heading overseas to help refugees who are fleeing the war in Ukraine. We'll have more on his mission on the Bricks edition at 10:30 tonight.
And that is going to do it for us.
And we hope to look for you at 10. Good night.
Good night.